what was the research like where you said this is needed for the Jamaican landscape right now?
All right. First, I must say that pest control wasn't a dream I had in mind. It came about in 2015 when I was working at a pest control company. There were certain factors around the workplace at the time that was lacking. So I decided that it was time for me to start my own business. I must say that I did not have any experience or knowledge in pest control, but I do have the support and the assistance. So I just decided to just make the step. And here am I 6 years later, having my own business. And a lot of persons recognize Kempes. We service a lot of government institutions, school, restaurants. We're basically well-known island-wide. We do.
JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, Leoda flew down just to kill Sarayah Toshyna. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. Hi guys, welcome back. So I'll be taking a look at a breakdown of the timeline of when Leoda learned about the birth of Sarayah, right up to Friday, October 13, when she was charged. Now, 10 months ago, Sarayah Paulwell was born to parents, businesswoman Toshyna Patterson, and MP of East Kingston and Port Royal, Philip Paulwell. On Tuesday, September 5, 2023, Leoda Bradshaw learned of the existence of young Sarayah Paulwell through a Jessica Dean, who made contact with her via social media app Facebook. According to Bradshaw, Jessica Dean reached out to her, telling her that she had been trying to contact her for months on Facebook to inform her that Miss Patterson had a child with Philip. Now, everybody's asking, who is Jessica Dean? Who is this thing, this person, this man, this woman who decided to take it upon themselves to go fast in a people business, reach out to Leoda Bradshaw to inform her that Philip Paulwell is a young baby? Jessica Dean, how do you feel now that you are the one who decided to meddle in a people business and inform her, and this is the end result? A woman and her 10-month-old baby has been killed by a woman who is jealous and seems to be very possessive. No, you, Jessica Dean, now decide, say, you're going to mingle at the people in business, so you light the house and run to the back door and leave all of them in the house and the fire. How did this concern you? What is it about Philip Paulwell and this these two women that seem to tick you off? Is it that you wanted to be impregnated by Philip Paulwell, why you decided to take this upon yourself? Why did you get involved whenever you hear the song will say, see people business and leave it alone, hallelujah. My girl, my man, whoever you are, whatever you are. How did this concern you to get involved in the people in business so that this woman now flew down from the US and come down here to come kill the lady and her baby? How do you feel? And nobody knows who this Jessica Dean is. People are speculating, and I see names going around that Jessica Dean is this person, but I will certainly not repeat it because I have no evidence to prove that this person is actually Jessica Dean. But Jessica Dean, you sit in her house now eating popcorn and watching this plot as a Lifetime movie. But remember, say every puss after 9 o'clock. So moving on. After Bradshaw learned about the existence of Sarayah, she contacted Patterson on Facebook and informed her that she was the wife of Mr. Paulwell, and further that she learned of the existence of the young offspring of Mr. Paulwell. Miss Bradshaw advised Miss Patterson that a DNA test should be done to determine the paternity of the child. After this brief exchange, Patterson blocked the accused from her account that very day. So this woman now, for her bride self, took up the title of wife and decided to reach out to this young lady to inform her that a DNA test should be done. If Philip Paulwell want a DNA test, why never ask her for it, miss? Why you decide to take up on yourself, but you name wife? You name Leoda Bradshaw, you don't name Leoda Bradshaw Paulwell. And it is showing you how much Philip Paulwell respects you. Because if he respect you and love you that much, he would have used a condom and that baby would not have been born. So moving on to the Wednesday. On Wednesday, September 6, 2023, which is the following day after she learned about the existence of Sarayah, Bradshaw traveled to Jamaica via Donald-Sangster International Airport and then by Knutsford Express to Kingston. It is believed that she traveled to Jamaica for the sole purpose of killing Patterson and her baby girl. Bradshaw made contact with her cousin, 30-year-old Roland Balfour, an assistant graphic designer for Kingston Address, who contracted men to kidnap and murder Patterson and Sarayah. Also on September 6, Bradshaw met with some of the men, of which two are identified as Rashane Miller and Richard Brown, to arrange for the kidnappings and murders. The original plan was to kidnap Patterson and the baby from their home. Bradshaw paid the men the equivalent of 100,000 Jamaican dollars in United States currency as down payment for the execution of the crime. The remainder of the funds, $400,000, was to be paid after the completion of the deal. Now, my first question when I heard about this is, she spent them $500,000 to murder them, to kidnap and murder them. Was not what Philip Pollard had also offered for a reward for information leading to their safe return? $500,000. It seemed to be a very common figure between both of them. So she met with these men to discuss what method they're going to use to get rid of this young lady and her baby. And I'm saying, throughout all of this, she was so angry. She was so jealous that she couldn't even think straight, that you flew down just to the sole purpose of doing that. Her cousin Roland, who said that Bradshaw is his favorite cousin. When she came to you with that offer, with that idea, you never shown it, you never tried to talk some sense in your cousin. And to think that Jamaican lives are so cheap, that a group of men came together and decided they're going to take $500,000 for two Jamaican lives. Is that what our lives value? Although I remember somebody was saying at one time that one man walked up to her and said, listen, you don't have nobody for kill, you can give me $50,000. That is what Jamaican lives value. Measly sum. So they took $500,000. That was the offer. I don't know if the other $400,000 has yet been paid. Because as far as I'm hearing, she didn't even have money. She had to borrow the money to come here. But that is for another day. In preparation to execute their contract, the men went to the Gilmore Drive address in St. Andrew, where Patterson lived during the night of Wednesday, September 6th, to scope out the area. They also went to the home where Bradshaw was staying in Stony Hill, St. Andrew. So what a way them work fast, them precisely? What a man them precise and them mean business. That the same day them hear about the contract, them scope out the house tonight for kidnap the woman and her pitney. Oh boy, if only the police or the court system could move as fast as these men move. Now, the following day, on Thursday, September 7, a further meeting was held to discuss the execution of the plan. So you're following what is happening? She heard about the baby on the 5th. She flew down the 6th. They had a meeting the 6th, and she had another meeting on the 7th. Moving fast, isn't she? So on Saturday, September 9, Bradshaw placed several calls and conversed with Patterson with a view to lure her away from the premises. She afterwards arrived at Patterson's home at approximately 7 a.m. that fateful day. She's moving fast. I think she don't only have a limited time on the islands. Everything has to be done quickly. Now, on that same day when she was reported missing, her cousin had put out a post, and this is what the post says. My cousin Toshyna Patterson and her 10-month-old baby girl Sarayah Paulwell have been missing since 7 a.m. this morning. She was at her home at 3 Gilmore Drive, Kingston 20, when a burnt gold-colored van resembling a Pajero or Prado came by the gate, and she went out to whoever was in the van. By the time her sister got dressed and came outside, the van was gone, and so was my cousin and the baby. Before she went to the van, she told her sister and mom that it was her baby father's baby mother, and she came to see the baby. The baby father name is Philip Paulwell, and his other baby mother name is Leoda Bradshaw, who she said came to the gate to her. Now, you see what is important, people, when you leave in your house to go somewhere, if you meet somebody, that people need to be aware of who you're meeting. No, she did not let her mother and her sister aware of who she was going to meet. Maybe right now this case would not have been solved. Now, the police have since come out to say that they have evidence showing Patterson exiting her premises and entering an SUV parked at her gate along with her baby. They also said that the evidence shows that she remained in this vehicle for over 15 minutes. The vehicle then drove off and left the area approximately 7:22 a.m. Patterson Sarayah never exited the vehicle prior to its leaving. It is believed also that Bradshaw took Patterson to Stony Hill in the vicinity of the home where Bradshaw, was staying. At this location, the accused handed over Patterson and her young child to Richard Brown and other persons who are yet to be apprehended. After this, Patterson and her young child were taken to Warwick Hills, where they were shot and killed and their bodies burned. I don't think I need to go back over that one, because every time I think about it, I'm just a little bit too upset about that. So that happened on September 9th. So the same day that they were taken away from Gilmore Drive is the same day that they were killed. Now, on September 10, Bradshaw put out a statement on Facebook in which she stated that she categorically have absolutely nothing to do with the disappearance of Miss Toshyna Patterson and her baby girl. In the statement, she claimed that the only interaction she had with Miss Patterson is through a brief Facebook exchange. She went on further to say, I'll continue to pray for the safe return of Miss Patterson and her baby and ask anyone with information to contact the police. Wickedness on every level. Now this a woman a cold, callous, brazen and dry eye. On Thursday, October 5, Bradshaw and 3 men were taken into custody in relation to the kidnapping of mother and daughter. On Friday, October 6, DCP Fitzbailey disclosed in a press conference that the 34-year-old petty officer in the U.S. Navy and her co-conspirators could be facing charges of kidnapping, conspiracy to murder, and other charges. Also on this day, human remains believed to be that of Patterson, her baby girl, was found by the police in Rockfort, East Kingston, the said constituency where the baby father controlled, Philip Palwell. The bodies were burnt and had gunshot wounds. It must also be noted that detectives utilized technology to track the use of Patterson's cell phone to determine that it was used in an Upper St. Andrew community at a site where Bradshaw's phone was active at the same time. You know, a lot of people don't love Paula Llewellyn, but I remember a statement that she has made. She said, listen, there is no perfect crime. So them a plot and them a scheme, but there is no perfect crime. She didn't think about the fact that the two cell phones were going to be pinged together. She didn't think about it that Patterson would have told her family members who she was going to meet. She didn't think about it that when she drove Philip Palwell SUV, that cameras were there to pick her up. I mean, so many things that was linking her to the crime, to the murder. But because she was so all up in herself and so jealous and so upset and so conniving and so wicked, she didn't think about anything else. This woman was so consumed by jealousy and anger that all she wanted to do was to just commit the act and just go back home to her comfortable bed to lie beside her daughter. But it wasn't to be. On Friday, October 13, the 4 persons identified as Leoda Bradshaw, Roland Lloyd Balfour, 29-year-old AC technician Roshane Miller, and the 31-year-old Richard Brown were charged. Leoda Bradshaw, 8 counts, 2 counts of conspiracy to murder, 2 counts of conspiracy to kidnapping, 2 counts of kidnapping, and the 2 counts of capital murder. Now, what is capital murder? Capital murder includes murder for hire, murder in the course of certain felonies like burglary, robbery, arson, sexual offences, murder for a member of a specified class of persons acting in the course of their duties, security officers, correctional officer, judicial officer, a person carrying out constabulary functions, witness, juror, or justice of the peace, and multiple murders. Capital punishment is still on the books in Jamaica, but may only be applied in certain aggravated murder convictions. However, there have been no execution since 1988. So I don't think we're going to be lucky or blessed enough to see execution anytime in our lifetime. Now, Balfour is facing 5 counts, 2 counts of conspiracy to murder, 2 counts of conspiracy to kidnapping and misprision of felony. Miller is facing 5 counts, 2 counts of conspiracy to murder, 2 counts of conspiracy to kidnapping and misprision of felony, while Brown is facing 6 counts, 2 counts of conspiracy to murder, 2 counts of kidnapping, and 2 counts of conspiracy to kidnapping. Now, on Friday, when they were brought to court, a waif like Bradshaw, clad in a quaint ivory and lilac button-down kaftan-type garment and furry grey bed slippers, drifted into the courtroom with all the awareness of a child, long hair trailing over one shoulder, a pink and white mask over her lower face, a white mask almost like a blindfold across her upper face, which she removed upon entering the room. Throughout the statement by the prosecution, she sat with her head bowed and eyes closed, changing her posture only when it ended to deliver piercing looks. Her co-accused and cousin Roland Balfour, clad in a white t-shirt and jeans, appeared unbothered, his round face seemingly lit by the semblance of a smile that never quite emerged. Can you imagine the gall and nerve? On standing to be addressed by Justice Wolfreys, who outlined that they were both to be fingerprinted and remanded until a further hearing scheduled for December 1, Bradshaw, breathing deeply, looked towards her attorneys, blinking rapidly. I wonder if she's saying, I wonder if he knows who I am. Does this judge know who I am? I'm a United States Navy petty officer. I am the girlfriend of MP Philip Palwell. Does he know who I am? I wonder if those were her thoughts. And I wonder if she's thinking that the U.S. Navy is coming to surround the island with submarines and warships and all of that to come and rescue her. No, my dear. Not for what you have done. You'll be there for a very, very long time. She's been represented by attorneys Deborah Martin and Kelly Hamilton, while her cousin is being represented by Bert Samuels, Matthew Hyatt, and Courtney Rowe. No, these lawyers aren't cheap. These lawyers are big-figure lawyers. So who is paying all of this? Who is paying for all of this? Okay, let's just watch this as it unravels. JBN, we keep you informed. Remember, like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment.